Test. Thanks Ditherinus for checking in. Thanks Sophenia for checking in. Thanks Shira Bradykachif _ for checking in. Thanks The Tanksmith for checking in. Thanks Player _ 3004 for checking in. Thanks Butterby _ Awu for checking in. Thanks Poker _ Dealer for checking in. Thanks Random _ Person
Let's go
814
gambling!
for checking in. Thanks J2 Kawaii for checking in. Thanks Timothy Roberts for checking in. Thanks Vampire Gamerbat for checking in. Thanks Rad _ Queen for checking in. Thanks Brysinger Kane for checking in. Testicle. Ditherinus redeems song request. Unholy by Sam Smith. Roni Baloney. Thanks Terminated Lol for checking in. Ad break. Went to a hotel due to a power outage today. Thanks Oscar for checking in. Thanks Demetrius Thornbottom for checking in. I pissed on your wife, Roni, she's mine now. Thanks Scathed for checking in. Thanks Catgirl _ Owo for checking in. Thanks Nay6642 for checking in. Roni, why do you gotta split into vertical versus horizontal like it's red versus BLU team? Thanks Playmaker Roxas for checking in. Thanks Voisk for checking in. YouTube time them out. Thanks Isabella Torres for checking in. Thanks Baba Booey for checking in. Your girl Manny got a massive ass headache and I'm crying.
Lou. Can you guys hear me?
Man, is it bad that I thought it said your girl Manny has a massive fess? Hello Roni.
Lou. How are you guys doing? Or there's still like a bit of an ad
Yeah, I
left?
can.
Give me a sec. I heard someone redeem the song request.
Ad's over.
I know you would do that
We can't
this
hear
early,
you.
but wait, can you not hear me?
Oh my god. Roni and Hexy Body Pillow win? Are you in
I
your
can hear
holder
you. Yeah.
homeless?
Should be fine. I didn't change any settings.
Roni, want a chicken nugget? Roni, I can hear you.
Alright. Alright, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. I have 2 lives on YouTube. I don't know if
I think there's someone in my walls.
I have absolutely no idea if it's gonna work on like the multi-chat. I hope it does.
Day
Guess
5 and
it's gonna
6 of
be
wishing you a happy birthday, Ron. Happy birthday
thanks.
×2 since you weren't streaming yesterday. Give me a second
Thanks.
to find the fun. Thank you, Fluffy
Alright.
Noel, for the follow.
Alright, I have like 2 streams on YouTube right now because I want to try like doing a short
Should I bet
stream
all my rats?
along with like
I
a
love
little
seeing tiny
horizontal stream.
people in my screen be like, ERM, actually it's Monday.
Yeah. Like, it's not. It's Tuesday for most people.
Bro, like bro.
Yeah. Alright, I am seeing both chats. I would suggest you go to like the horizontal one
Thanks for
if
the
you're
little
on
Kid Moon Studio.
PC, I guess.
Happy birthday, Roni. Ayo, someone copied
Thanks.
me and starting wishing you happy birthday.
Oh,
Oh
thanks,
yes,
I
a
guess.
Tuesday stream on a Monday, how perfect.
Yeah,
Whoever said
it's
last
Tuesday.
night I was evading the IRS and was stronger than Joker.
It's Tuesday
damn
for
right,
half the
I'm
world.
Scared.
It's only not Tuesday for people in the Americas.
Golden Kappa Kappa.
Literally everyone else. It's Tuesday.
What is vertical? Sincerely, Doomslayer. I love TTs.
It's a vertical stream. I feel like that's fairly obvious. Alright, I'm gonna do some warm-ups first. I'm not gonna...
I am not in the half of the world where today is
into it.
Tuesday.
Yeah. I
Happy
figured.
titties. Are we going to have a good titties today? I hope we have good titties today. Titty Tuesday. How do I go to the horizontal stream?
You go to my channel.
Thanks for the lurk
You look at the live
M6940000.
streams.
Thanks for
And
the
you
lurk,
see which one isn't vertical. I should be able to see both
Ron,
chats,
for us
right?
in the USA it is President Day.
Okay. Let me see if it's
Day
working
55
on
of
both,
asking
by
for
the way.
LC to be drawn.
Alright.
Roni, today it
one's
is my
working.
birthday. I'm in the Americas
Happy
right now, so
birthday.
it's still the 17th. Also brought Twitch STFU.
Alright, happy
Ronilius, Tony,
birthday.
Bonnie, Ronnie, Macaroni, Pepperoni, Go School Man. Hi,
Alright.
I love TT.
Let me see if this works.
It's
Alright.
6 a.m. in India right now.
I can see both live streams. I mean both the chats on YouTube,
Thanks
on like
for
the
lurk,
multi-chat,
Vampire Gamer back.
which is nice.
Why am I a Gengar?
You can
Give
change
her
it.
this redeem song request. Drowning by Radio Company.
Alright, give me a sec. Like I can't troubleshoot this
Roni,
off
show us
stream because I
Hexy's
need to
job.
see. No. Give me a sec.
Roni, wish me happy birthday 8 months early.
Alright. Alright, let me test that again actually. Might not actually be working on this one.
Today, Jose was born. My computer died, so I'm just going to say facts about him. He was a famous Hispanic singer whose name was actually Jose Shows.
Alright.
Can't see what people TTS.
You're not supposed to see it. You're supposed to hear it. Is it actually working? Well, last time I tested it, it's working.
Test.
Yeah, it's working
Thanks
for
for
me.
the lurk, Choco.
For some reason, this isn't
How do I
working.
change the Pokemon?
You type
Does that mean we have to be addressed them
exclamation mark
separately as YouTube
avatar.
vertical chat and YouTube horizontal chat?
You can just say YouTube still. I'm just testing this out. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep doing this. Probably like I said, just testing it out. Some people actually want horizontal streams on YouTube.
Hi Roni, it's my first time watching your stream. I'm a big fan of your shorts.
Hey. Thanks. So today we're going to do some. I'm gonna try and teach you guys about perspectives, or at least what I know about perspectives. Yeah. But it's not right now. I'm gonna do some warm-ups first.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
I'm a whooper now.
Okay, yesterday I tried like fixing my PC
When
again.
will you draw Master
I
Splinter
removed
and
everything
Ninja
and like
Turtle combined?
reinstalled. Like I removed it and then like assembled it again. Nothing changed. So like it still crashed once yesterday, so
Roni, if I say happy birthday to you for a year, since I've been saying it since January, can I get my own drawing request?
well, if you greet someone happy birthday when on their birthday, does that mean you get to like request something from them? That feels
I came back from
coercive.
a 5-hour flight.
Anyway, I'm just gonna do some line on. Warm-ups first to make sure my lines are at least somewhat understandable. Because we will draw a lot of lines today.
Ronnie, draw a horizon line and then draw lines of the vertices to point to it.
That's what we're gonna do later.
Thank you Devils_Sledge for the follow. If you correctly guess Ron's birthday and tell him happy birthday, you have to draw Ron's suggestion.
Now I'll just quietly
I'm
give
almost out
you.
of coins low.
I'll quietly give you 10
Is the chat
rat
normal
coins
today?
if you greet me happy birthday during my actual birthday. Is chat what today? We still don't know. It's mostly YouTube though. Right, I'll start the tutorial in 20 minutes. Just doing warm-ups. Right, I need to. This both This is showing both chats on
Ron,
YouTube,
since
right?
when was there Rat King champion? I thought the Rat King favored was the best title. I'm
No,
broke
it's
now.
champion.
Thanks.
It's champion. It's always been champion. I told you this before. Already.
Thank you Murazikiak for the follow.
Told you this before. Here, damn it. Alright,
Bless you.
thanks.
Thanks Smake Sign Garden for checking in. Albert Einstein once said, I'm over here stroking my she. Do you
What
like
the fuck?
Miltank? I like Miltank. Do ya like Miltank? I like Miltank. When will you draw Master Splinter and the Ninja Turtle combined? Thanks 0% unloading for checking in. Must have missed the stream. I'm still broke though. And bless you.
Alright. No. Dude, I'm having
Thanks
allergies
for the
today,
Snake
which
Sign
sucks.
Shira Brady Ketchup
Sucks so much.
_ redeem song request. Stone Broken save tomorrow. Fake
Alright.
sneeze.
Bro. Been having allergies recently. Like more recently. It's annoying. Wait, is it fine
Oh, are
on
we
YouTube?
gonna learn how to draw titties in perspective? This is a joke. Y'all, I have 90k. I just need donations to my Kurai Moon account and here.
Honestly, not a bad thing to draw in perspective. Unironically. Wait, give me a sec. I'd have a few examples here later. Actually, I might draw like a few poses, might as well, for later.
I can't believe you just said that.
I mean, I'm not kidding. It's like, it's a good way. It's a good it's a good landmark, I guess. So if you're looking at a person, alright, look at it this way. Usually, when you're looking at a person, it's you. It's the other person.
Ron, Tuesdays is the only day that stream gets named, and yet, Chad as a whole managed to ruin that. Long live titties.
Like the eyeline's like on their
Imagine
eyeline
if
usually.
Ronnie got a low taper fade.
So if you're looking at their
Rust is
titties.
rating us with a party of 7.
Yeah.
Thank
No
you, Rust, for the
way.
raid. Ronnie,
Alright,
who do you think would win against a literal
thanks for the
reality-bending
raid.
demon that takes the form of a baby and
Hey,
tortures
Russ.
you, chases you and tries to kill?
Um,
Nana Dreamer is rating us with a party of 13. Thank you,
Oh,
Nana
no.
Dreamer, for the raid.
thanks Danny for the
Slash.
raid.
2 raids.
Why do you get 2 raids in a row? Thanks for the raid, Eros. Thanks for the raid, Nene. Welcome, raiders. Why did you guys join during? You guys joined at like the wrong time. Alright. We'll do that later then.
What are we doing today?
Anyway, welcome Raiders. I'm just gonna do like a stream tutorial for perspectives. I'm gonna teach like the people in chat about what I know about perspective. But it's gonna be in a bit. Need to kind of warm up. Maybe like a few minutes from now.
Okay, Ron, now that you got rated by 2 people, continue talking
No.
about how titties are a good thing to draw in perspective.
Yeah, that right.
Thank you, Marionette _MP3_14 for the follow.
Why they got rated as soon as that happens? Why? Bro.
Gamba time. When are you gonna
Alright, give
play
me
a
a sec.
game that's not Hollow Knight?
I literally played Minecraft last week. I mean a few days ago. Played Minecraft, I played KFC PsyOp
Looks
game.
directly at your soul, with a serious tone, Bazinga.
I've played... What else have I played? Subnautica?
Ron, I did it, I fucking did it. I am a King's champion.
Oh, nice.
Since his titties, can you teach us about human anatomy? Preferably the woman's anatomy. You should play Fate the Unholy
Later.
Trinity. Roulette results.
Alright.
We
Alright,
need
fine,
Hamster
fine.
Witch Wednesday.
Sure, roulette. It's red.
Would you play Persona?
Isn't that on... Can I play it on
Y'all
PC?
guess my lore of how I found this channel.
Yeah, I don't think that's on PC. Is it on PC?
Fuck yes.
It might be. Anyway,
Furry Femboy Friday.
no, that's not a thing.
Would you play Project Sekai? If you know what it is.
I don't actually know what that is. What?
Furry Tomboy Monday.
No. It's not even alliteration. Tomboy Tuesday would be better. Right? Like Tomboy Tuesday would be much more accurate.
Brony, I will commit war crimes if we don't get Hamster Witch Wednesday.
No.
Let's start a Tomboy Tuesday revolution. Milky Monday. Do you have a button
Alright.
that plays the TTS messages?
No, it's...
Thank you, Mervin says _hi for the follow.
It plays it as soon as it can play it.
Thank you, Alzer _up_the spear for the follow.
Anyway. Give me a sec.
Funky Fumo Friday. Toho reference. Funny, I know.
Bruh.
Thanks, goddammit, Pris. Where are we? For checking in.
Alright.
Furry Roleplay Monday.
You know what? We might as well start the lesson, I guess. Alright. So perspectives.
Tomboy Tuesday or titties? Which one do you wish for? Which one is better? Which one are you apart? Titties or Tomboy Tuesday? Choose. Wear a sucky Sunday.
This is the
my guy. I remember
this is
when
the
you
wrong
did
time to
daily
start.
posts on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you had
Right.
a hand in convincing myself to learn to draw. So I want to censor.
yeah. Sincerely, thank you.
Sorry for not being here the past
Thank
couple
you,
of streams.
Alzir the Spear. I haven't been doing
Okay,
daily posts on
hear
YouTube.
me out on this one. What if we did a Miku Monday?
I haven't even posted like on my
Sailor
community
Moon
tab
Sunday,
like a
where all
month.
you draw is Sailor Moon or anime female heroines of Sundays.
That's a bit. It's a bit restrictive. Anyway. Perspectives.
Not Tomboy Tuesday, but Hamster Witch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I am gonna eat your flesh.
So. You know how like perspectives is like. Alright, so
Miku
the way
Monday,
our
please,
eyes
please,
work.
Please.
The way our eyes work, or like, is that things get smaller
My
the farther they
Pinterest
go
feed
away.
is so silly. I say an eagle with a masculine face and the caption says my balls itch. Sexy
Alright,
series instead.
maybe
where you draw
this-
only sexy anime characters of your choice, Roni.
Alright, we're turning off TDS. Congratulations, you made me do it. TTS is off. You gonna say something? You gonna say something, chat? Or are you gonna say chat?
Pizza.
Same
Shira
works.
Ketchup underscore redeem song request. Disturbed hell.
Alright. Say still works, apparently. Oh, well, that's fine. Actually, no, it should work. It should always work. Alright, yeah, turn off CTS for now. I'll do the intro. Alright. So the way our eyes work, the farther the object is, the smaller it looks like. But it doesn't just like recede. It's how you can't just do it that way. You can't just make objects smaller and call it a day. It usually doesn't bode well for the perspective. Like, if you do it this way, let's say this is like the person you're looking at, and you just have a car here. I can't draw cars, man. You have a Cybertruck here. Yeah, so it's a Cybertruck there. Like, you can't just make this smaller and then expect it to be accurate. There are like rules for this. So yep. So there are 3 points. There are several types of perspectives when it comes to art. The most common you will see are 1-point perspectives, and 2-point perspective. Actually, you would also see a lot of 3-point perspectives, but we can study 3-point perspective after we learn about these two first. These two are like very important. So 1-point perspective is when an object, well, as like the name suggests, there's one point. There's one vanishing point where almost all the parallel lines converge. Alright, I'm gonna turn on TDS now. Alright, you guys can speak again.
Roni, you stole our vocal cords.
Yeah, because you're... So I'm starting the tutorial and then you're talking about titties.
3-point is the one that looks like a fishbowl, right?
No, it's...
I have a purpose now. Ron, if I don't reach it,
it's technically like
what
5.
am I supposed to do?
It's like
Sit
5
down and
point.
look pretty for all the goons?
3-point is when the vertical line is also converging. So in
then feeling when a tiny ghoul man in your
alright, you guys want to...
on TTS.
Alright, I'm gonna
Steal
turn it off again.
cords again.
Alright, I'm gonna turn it off again.
Let's not mess Chad up again. That's how Chad act like. I think I'm gonna leave the stream. I don't want my gambling addiction to take over when I am starting to get back my wealth.
Alright, I'm turning it off again. Alright.
I wasn't talking ABT tits. Others were.
It's not like I can do anything about it. Alright, so 1-point perspective means there's like one vanishing point. A vanishing point is the point where all like the parallel lines converge. So
Keep it off, I want to hear Ron teach me things.
yeah. So if you see here, if you look here, you'll see that there's a point here. These lines here are supposed to be parallel. These are pedestrian lanes. They are parallel. They're parallel towards each other. But if you look here, they're distorted in a way that they all converge into this one point here. See? They all converge here to this one point. This is what you call the vanishing point.
Shira Brady Ketchup underscore redeemed song request. On lap fight like the devil.
Alright. This is what you would call the vanishing point. Now this also applies to the buildings. You see here? You see here? These are the same height. This
Thanks
entire
Eagle
thing here.
underscore Germany D for checking in.
This entire thing here is like the same height. They converge into one point. Now this only works. This only usually works in like scenes like this. It's like you like see these scenes like this, or like corridors or other stuff. Usually, the most prevalent perspective would be 2-point perspective, but we'll talk about that later. This usually only works when like a lot of things are in parallel with each other. So let's see. What the hell was that? I saved an image. Oh, this is fine. So here, look at this. This image like converges at the point here, at the back here. See? All these same height, converging. They'll converge at this one point at the back. No matter what line we follow, they'll converge here. See? I kind of fucked up the line there. Like, no matter what the height is, this one's like really low, converge here still. This one's really high, converge here. That's how you know where the vanishing point is. Wherever they converge, that's where the vanishing point is. Now, different objects like have different vanishing points depending on how they're rotated, which is why the 1-point perspective don't really work everywhere. Let's see. It doesn't work everywhere. So I have this image of like, it's actually like a really good way to study this. All right, I have this image of this house. Oh, you can't really apply 1 point perspective here because like the lines aren't, they're not all like the parallel lines here. Converge on like a different point. So these are parallel. They converge on like a point around here. These are parallel. They're converging on a point around here. They're not rotated in a way that you can see it in like. Not rotated in a way that they vanish into like this at like the far end of the thing. If it's rotated, if this like thing, this plane here, is rotated towards the viewer, then it would be, you can use 1 point perspective, but it's not. It's rotated in a way that's not facing the, that's not one plane is facing the viewer. So alright, let's actually do it in like a box form. So if you're looking at the box head on, let me make a new one. We're looking at the box head on. Let's say this is the box and this is you. It's you. If you're looking at the box right here, you're probably going to see, this is probably what you would see. You're going to see this. You're only going to see that. The sides of the box are hidden. It's being blocked by the front view. But if you, let's say you can see through like the front view, let's say it's a glass box, you're going to see this, and it's going to be in 1 point perspective. These lines here, they'll converge to the 1 point at the back of the box. But if you turn the box, let's say 45 degrees, so instead of the you looking at the box like this, you're looking at the box like this. So you're directly staring at like the corner instead of like the plane here. What you're going to see is that it's rotated. Is what you're going to see for the most part. You see, like you can't really use 1 point perspective. It's not practical to use one. You can't use 1 point perspective. It's not practical. It doesn't really help you. This is when you use 2 point perspective. Because like you're like the parallel lines are like not in parallel to your view, to your plane of view. I think that's what I mean. So you have like a plane, you have a plane of view here. This is what you see. This is a picture you see. So this is not parallel to that. You need to use 2 point perspective. Does that make sense?
Dealer redeemed song request. Tomboy Tuesday by Ham Sandwich.
What the fuck, poker? I'll do that one time. Alright. I'm gonna turn on TTS again. You guys better behave. Alright, you guys better behave.
Thanks to Ghost Levi for checking in.
Alright. I guys behave now.
Ron, choose. Tomboy Tuesday or titties? Behave chat.
Bro.
Tomboy Tuesday for Tutorial Tuesday. Would a round 3D object be good for 1 or 2 point?
Alright, round objects are like...
We can speak Agion.
Alright.
Titties.
Round objects are like different. We can talk about that later. So yeah. So that's how you know how you choose whether you go for 1 point perspective or 2 point perspective. Whether like the rotation of like the object is in parallel to your
All right,
plane of view.
Zodiac sign. What Marvel Rivals character are you picking?
Penny Parker. Alright. Let's see. So here's the thing.
Ron, how would I draw a non-Euclidean space? How would I map out such a space?
Alright, give me a sec.
Player underscore 3004 stop ruining things.
So yeah. 1 point perspective, 1 point you have like 1 vanishing point. 2 point
Here
perspective, you have
Archduke
2
who stays out of
vanishing
Sarajevo.
points. You have 2 vanishing points, which is why they're called 2 point perspectives. So here,
Ron,
the converging
how do I
here
draw
and
a
here.
perspective for a 4th dimensional being out of our comprehension?
Alright, you're starting to...
BTW, I've given you 1 week. Can you now explain how to make dresses?
I'm doing perspective right now. Alright, this might not... I might turn it off again.
Is 3-point perspective only used when the top and bottom planes of the box are visible?
Alright, here's...
I'm gonna have to go back in the bottom.
Alright, this is how you
tutorial.
do...
I was distracted by player's spelling mistake.
Alright, 3-point perspective is applicable. Because you see here, like, the object is like very... Like, the person is like looking straight head on. 3-point perspective happens when you're looking either up or down. If you're looking up, the perspective here, the vertical lines are like... In 2-point and 1-point perspective, the vertical lines are vertical. But if you start looking up, it actually distorts upward. So this object here, it'll start to distort. Like there's another vanishing point. So when you look up, there like another vanishing point appears at the top. So it starts to look like this. It starts to look like this. This only really applies if it's like really tall. So like you see how like buildings, if you look up at the building, like the top of the building gets smaller. Let me show you an image. Point perspective. Give me a sec. Eye view.
Let's say now I understand how to do the perspective, but now my foreshortening is terrible. What do I do?
We can talk about foreshortening later. Alright. Look at this. This is like... Actually, no, this is like kind of a bad building to use. They have like random bullshit. Now we can still use the windows. Alright, you can see here. There's like a parallel line here. Like the vanishing point is like around. It's like around here, generally. Like the two vanishing points are around here generally, but it's also like tapering off to the top. Like the farther you go up top, the smaller it becomes until it becomes a triangle. Yeah. This is why it's called 3-point perspective. You have 3 points, 3 vanishing points, and this only really works when you're looking either up or down. When your head is like tilted up or down.
Ronnie's thumbnail be like, and actually.
Bird's eye. It also works if you're looking down on a building.
Hello, Ronnie.
Alright.
May I escape the basement?
Like if you look at this image, you can see that like it slightly tapers off. Like the buildings here converge down. Like the lines here
Beep boop.
start to converge downwards.
Why not make the top a triangle, a flat triangle?
I don't know what you mean. I'm not the one who designed the building. Go ask the architect. Alright, so we can talk about the 3-point perspective later, but that's basically the idea.
There's no escaping the basement. Anyways, just got to Marvel Rivals. What's the most versatile and beginner-friendly character? Ron, how do I draw fourth-dimensional shapes with third-dimensional
Spider-Man.
paper? So how many points for fisheye? You said 5? And 3 point is for looking down a knock fishbowl?
It's kind of like, you can also do like 4-point perspective.
_ redeem song request. Our last night same old tour.
But it's like really weird.
May I use my
Honestly, it
plasma
starts
ray on
to
you?
kind of fish eye at around 4 points. But I know there's like... I remember there's like a different point for it. 4-point is like very weird. I don't want to talk about 4-point right now. 4-point perspectives. Like it will just confuse you if you don't really know like the other point perspectives first. So yeah, those are the 3-point the 3 types of perspective we're gonna try to study. So the way you can see this is you can look at it as a grid.
Which day will be tutorial for round objects perspective?
Maybe today, I don't know. Because this is basically just imaginary lines. They don't really exist. You just start thinking that they exist. Does that make sense? These are imaginary. They don't really... They're a way to simplify how you look at the world.
What are your thoughts on bearded dragons?
They're fine. So you look at it as a grid. 1-point perspective.
How to draw a fourth-dimensional shape. Make 1 dimension time. Thank you, Amore_Ali, for the follow.
So imagine you're looking at a grid. Here. This is the top view. In 1 point perspective, it's gonna look like this.
Hourly ad break incoming.
Alright. Gonna look like this.
Ron, I'm learning a lot of things. Thanks for another wonderful spherical tutorial Tuesday.
Thanks.
I already tried Spooderman and they are so hard. Liar. I am ace attorneying you now.
Yeah,
Beginner
no,
friendly
Spider-Man is
anyone
very
but
beginner
Spider-Man,
friendly.
Black Panther, Mabby Penny depends how competent you are.
The best, if you're starting the game, play Spider-Man, and you play Spider-Man every game, no matter what everyone tells you. Just go Spider-Man. And then if your teammates complain, just tell them it's just a game. You always go unranked, by the way. You go unranked. You get as fast as you can to get ranked, and then you play Spider-Man on ranked every single game. Then never switch out.
Daily reminder that today is Kaido, the Vocaloid's 19th anniversary.
Always
cool.
go. You either
All
go
3D
Spider-Man.
Stack 2D images to create a 3D shape.
Right.
Technically,
You-
Iron Fist is the easiest, but fuck Iron Fist.
Iron Man or Black Panther or which ones? What other one? Venom. No, Venom's actually easy. I mean, you shouldn't play Venom. Yeah, Black Widow. You can also go Black Widow.
Ron is trolling. The most beginner-friendly character is Black Panther. He's so unskilled. Russian oligarchs are more honest than that.
Alright, so look at the grid. It kind of goes like this. If you turn the grid
Venom
sideways,
when Poison walks in. I want his Venom's 19 inches.
it looks like this. Like, just imagine. Perspective is just a way you imagine. You best imagine a grid
Ron,
where you put
can
your
draw a
objects.
fourth-dimensional shape? I'm really having trouble with it in my art class. Thank you Max02482 for the follow.
Bro. So
Thank
it's
you,
just
Jackie
a
Aldridge, for the
way.
follow.
Like, perspective is just a way to imagine, like, a grid where you put like objects in. So if you want to draw a spherical object, you imagine it in a grid, how it would look like in a grid. So the thing about spherical
Jack
objects is that
Hilton,
they
when he touch her with
kind of
a
they look the same no matter what. They look like a circle. So, like, no matter how you look at it, it's a circle. That's kind of the thing. Which is why it's like you don't really need to, like, know what it looks like. Now that will only apply if it's like smooth all the
Magic
way.
is quite beginner friendly since she got a mid-skill floor but high skill ceiling. Y2K
Alright.
when Zell X4M walks in.
So if
I
you
don't know
have a
shit about
circle
art,
here,
but the grid is really reminding me of the theory of space-time. Now put a black hole in the grid.
bro. Okay, you know what? There's gonna be an ad playing in a bit. You guys talk to each other for a bit. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. It might take a while. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get some
I've been
water.
using Doctor Strange.
I'll be right back.
Thank you Mikey underscore reactions 1000 for the follow. Moon Knight's my main for DPS. Nine. Are we talking about Marvel Rivals? If so, the only thing I know about it is that Venom Loki has a yacht. Ad break. My questions weren't going through, see? Is that Ron illustration? Happy Tutorial Tuesday. Thank you Volti Naternalive for the follow. Roni, where's our force in emote? Ron, can we have more named days? Like Bending Wednesdays, where we bend the laws of art. To that one guy asking who is the most beginner-friendly character, what type of answer did you expect? That's like walking into a college lecture and asking for Valorant tips. Nine. Ads over. Hi Roni. Alright, whoever said that this is not college, so shut up. Oh, so does this work? Ron's most popular phrases. God damn it. 2, but in an accent. What the fuck? No. Sneezing. My birthday is actually tomorrow. I'm going to the bath. Still, it's a our tutorial. Why ask for Marvel Rivals advice? We are clearly talking about something else. Back pain and homework plus trying to focus on a perspective stream is not something you want to do, let me tell ya. What is y'all's main in Marvel Rivals? Mine is Invisible Woman. Can I have a Pokemon? Oops, caught him eating mac and cheese from the microwave. Why are only half of my TTS going through? Sob.
I'm back.
Also, his favorite is, bruh. Who's Michael and why are they waving? JF_ cheered for 1 bits. Cheer 1.
Thanks for the bit, JF. Alright,
Ronnie,
where were
can
we
you
again?
make a
Let's go
$100
gambling!
tutorial, asking for a friend. Welcome back. I now have a bar that only sells ice on the rocks.
Well, that depends. Do you have a...
JF_ cheered for 2 bits. Cheer 1,
thanks for
cheer
the bit.
1. Hey Roni, someone asked how can to draw Halo and how can they color the hair shadows and they love your channel. Just smile and wave, boys.
Like, they have the special color changing ink for the $100 bill. Alright, so...
Thank you for the art tips. For round objects I mean like faces or round objects with shapes like
Yeah, I know.
furniture or round architecture.
I know, that's the thing. The way you learn it is you think about it as a square still. You think about it as a cube. So we got to the portion where I say, if you want to learn about perspectives, you need to learn to draw how boxes work. You need to draw boxes in perspective.
Ron, would you like some ice on the rocks?
So let's say you... Actually, I saved an image for this. Specifically for this. Let me see if I can find it. I found it immediately. This image. See this image? This is Kirby. Kirby's a circle. But because Kirby has like a face on the side,
How do I get a
like on
Pokemon?
front of his face, you type exclamation mark
GTS to
avatar
say
and then
I
whatever
made new
Pokemon.
lore for the Eka things I did a while ago. Ignore this
Alright.
message. Thank you
So,
for gifting a membership to the
imagine
community. You are very
If you
cool.
want to draw Kirby in perspective, you need to imagine Kirby. You need to imagine
Same time,
Kirby
My life is yours.
inside a box.
You think you're cooking or you're getting cooked?
So you see here,
Roni, can you draw Venom? But he's literally 19 inches tall.
bro. I'm gonna turn off TTS again. You guys are being weird again. Want me to turn it off again?
Ron's most popular phrases, part 2. Bruh, thank you for the raid. Alright. You, don't be weird, chat. Turbo Witch confirmed? Thank you,
No.
Cash underscore 4003.
So you see how like Kirby
Honestly,
here.
Roni, you might just
You
want
should
to
check
take
out the
2
artist,
TS
by the
off
way.
if people are going to keep interrupting.
Yeah. Go check Suyabi 47. I don't know where they are. I found this image on Google, I think. So the idea here is, you see how like
The was I learned
Kirby's-
perspective is just placing a dot, and based on how far I stretch them, a bit like a black hole.
yeah. You see how like Kirby's face is like distorted the same way the box is. So here
Now
at the
what?
front, you can see like his face like mostly undistorted. But the more Kirby goes to the side, first of all, the smaller the face becomes, like
Aren't you
And it
going
becomes
to
like
remove
more-
TTS when you're doing a lecture?
distorted. I might, if you guys are being too distracting. See, when you go to the side,
Second
it also goes
last,
to the side,
Burp
and it,
crash. Poil. I know what will calm everyone down. A nice glass of ice on the rocks. Or maybe a plain shaved ice.
Alright. Give me one more reason. I'm gonna turn off the TTS again. I'm gonna do it.
Flick
I swear to
schema.
God, I'm gonna do it.
Lou super chatted for $2.
Oh, thanks
Thank
for
you
the $2
being so
super
helpful
chat,
and
Lou.
patient with us. I love ghost type Pokemon. Thank you,
Yeah.
Deleted 404 for the follow.
So if you want to draw it in perspective, you like imagine it in a box. That's how you draw faces. You imagine it in a box, basically. You simplify everything
Where are
into
they?
boxes.
JF underscore cheered for 2 bits. Cheer one,
Thanks for
cheer
the 2
one.
bits, JF. You need to imagine them in a box, or like as a box. That way it's easier to turn in perspective. Because like I said, perspective is just you imagining a grid. It's an imaginary grid, basically. And they only really exist.
Is Hex Maniac a TTS bot and Ghost is you?
Yes. That's basically the idea. It's an imaginary grid that you imagine to make life easier for you. I talked about the vanishing points.
Do you have any tips for stating off an art channel, or is that too off topic?
Yeah, that's too off topic. We can do that later. Maybe. Now this only really applies to the things like in parallel to that grid. If like, let's say here, everything here mostly
Ash.
applies to the grid.
What's your opinion on Cardi? I think he is mid.
Alright, I'm gonna turn off details again. Alright. So like that perspective grid applies to everything in parallel to that grid. So everything here in this hallway is basically parallel to each other. It's either parallel or perpendicular to each other. They're all squares. That's like that's in this one grid basically. It's really fine. It's really easy to they're really easy to place. But if there's like an object here, let's say
Thank you, Vagrancy_nomad for the follow.
in a different grid, let's say like there's a rug here that's like a square rug, but it's like in 45-degree angle to you.
Brazilian reais. Hi, in Brazilian. I like your art. Say eu gosto de coisas como ovo.
Thanks for the 5 Brazilian dollars. RH. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know what that means. That might be.
Thanks for the lurk, Shira Bratty catch if _.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Thanks for the lurk 0% and loading.
Yeah, I'm not.
Thanks for the lurk MD80 aviation.
Yeah, I translated it. I'm not saying that. Alright, but if you have like an object here that's in 45-degree, obviously it's not gonna follow the grid. It's gonna have its own grid, and it's gonna be in 2-point perspective, and you're going to have to figure out where the vanishing points are. Does that make sense? Of your YouTube channel. Yeah, I turn off TTS. What does it turn it off on Twitch though? You're still able to redeem it. I thought I made it so that it basically turns off. Alright, give me a sec.
I got to go, chat. Enjoy the rest of your titties. Thanks for the lurk player _3004.
Alright, can you guys stop being weird
RH
on
super chatted for 2 Brazilian reais.
TTS now?
Brazilian food made by corn.
So some people actually want to ask stuff when they just want to ask stuff on TTS, which is why I didn't turn it off earlier. But if it gets too distracting, I have to turn it off again. Oh, thanks for the 2 Brazilian. RH. Couscous is a Brazilian food made by corn. Alright. I don't actually know what that is. So I'll take your word for it. It's working now, right? No, apparently.
Test.
I guess.
Bye everyone, I have to go. It's like 3
Alright.
a.m. for me.
So yeah, the grid you're going to use depends entirely on like the rotation of the object. Entirely on the rotation of the object. So the vanishing point, I've explained about the vanishing point. The vanishing point it's always on the horizon line. The horizon line is your eye level. It's your eye line. No matter where you are, no matter how tall the object, no matter how like far they are, everything in the horizon line is at the same height as your eyes.
Good night, Roni.
Everything here, the same height as your eyes, no matter how far they are. So let's see. It's actually kind of unclear. It's kind of annoying. So let's say you're...
What are you making?
I'm doing perspective tutorial. Let's say this is you. Say this is you. And these are your eyes. What the fuck? Why? Alright, these are your eyes. Everything in line here, this is the horizon line. And everything here, everything in here, it's the same height as you. So if you have another person here, you have like a twin, and you're the same height, it's gonna be exactly in your eye line. His eyes will be exactly in your eye line. If there's a person shorter than you, you'll be looking down at them. If there's a person taller than you, you'll be looking up at them.
What are you making? I'm sorry if you said it already, I was lagging.
I'm doing a tutorial for perspective. So how this will look in perspective. This is how it will look in perspective. Let's say this is you. You will
Learning
see
more complex shapes. I want to draw comics and animations. This is helpful tips with wider scenes.
Right. I'm glad. Let's see
Oh, I
here.
will learn perspective. I don't even know how to draw a straight line. Just
This is
kidding,
the
lol.
It's the horizon line. So let's say your twin will be here. This is your twin. It's gonna be exactly at their eye line. I've kind of fucked up. Yeah, fuck it. Let's say your twin has like, let's say you have a big forehead. Yeah, it's gonna be the same eye line. This guy here, the one shorter than you, even though they're like, obviously they're gonna look smaller if they're farther away. But regardless of like how close they are in relation to you, they will always be below the horizon line. So let's say like, let's put this guy closer.
Why the
actually,
Rayquaza avatar's small now?
it's too big for people. It's taking up the entire space.
Roni, thank you for making me a green slime. I'm green.
God damn it. Alright, let's put this guy.
Hello Roni, can you give me an art prompt for me to post on my account for you to rate? Or not, I just want something to draw.
I can't do that right now. I'm kind of focusing on this one. It's like taking all of my brain power already. Why is it not moving? I don't get this. Let's just move the guy here. So if you move the guy here closer to you, even though they're closer and they're bigger than this guy, they should be bigger than this guy. They're still gonna be below the horizon line. Because they're shorter than you. There's like a distance here. So they'll be bigger in perspective. They'll be bigger in relation to like this guy. But they're still below the horizon line. and the guy taller than you,
JF underscore cheered for 33 bits.
even though
Cheer
they're
33.
farther, they're going to be above the horizon line.
Do you have any tips on drawing in the first person view? To that
I'm
one
doing
guy,
it right
draw
now.
Miku with a gun in a Godzilla onesie.
I'm literally doing it right now. Does that make sense? Like, no matter, this is how you judge like how tall it is, depending on like how even though they're distant. Everything above the horizon line is taller than you, and everything below it is shorter than you.
So like a window? As long as they're not taller than the window, they won't be higher in my POV.
They won't be higher than the horizon line. This is how you judge it. This is how you judge distance, like height in distance. So like if like a tree is in perspective, let's say there's a tree here, obviously it's gonna be tall.
I like tall.
It's gonna be above the horizon line. No matter how small it is, no matter how far it is, I mean, it's going to be at least a little bit above the horizon line. And the farther it is, like obviously the smaller it
What
is,
if they're right in front of my face?
until it vanishes in the horizon line. Everything vanishes into the horizon line. The far, if it goes far enough, you won't see it
Answer
anymore.
why the Rayquazas are small?
It's too big. People use it to like, there's like way too many Rayquazas, and it's too big. It's taking up the entire screen. I feel like that's very self-explanatory. If they're up to your face, obviously you're gonna see most of it. There's like a guy here. Like doing that. It's gonna be here. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna be the guy taking up your entire POV. I don't know why you're asking that. I think the resonance changes based on the proximity. Yeah.
So if there's someone in the distance far away but they're short,
The horizon line.
would still be below the horizon?
The what? So if there's someone in the distance far away and they're shorter, yes, they will always be below the horizon. Everything taller than your eyes will be above the horizon line. Everything shorter than your eyes will be below the horizon line. If you have a box, actually a box would have been easier. This is you. It's your eye line.
Perspective, baby.
A smaller box. Actually, let me change the color. There's the horizon line. A smaller box. You have a small box and you have a tall. You have a tall box.
The day when 5 Rayquazas started to appear on the screen? Oh wait, I started that.
Yeah. It helps to reinforce the fact that horizon line does not move on other people's movements. Yeah. Either it's 1 point, if it's 1 point perspective and 2 point perspective, depends entirely on the rotation of the object, but the horizon line stays consistent regardless
I am here.
because it is dependent on your viewpoint. The only way the horizon line will change if the viewer changes.
Gamble time, I'm going all in.
Alright, fine. Black. Alright. So let's say you have this. here. Let's say you have this here. This is you. And you're looking at two boxes. Let's say the boxes are in 2-point perspective. They're rotated 45 degrees, so it's easier to see.
Ron, how do I make things in the same plane look deeper? Like a hole in a table.
Look deeper. We can do that later. I feel like you're putting the cart before the horse. We should study the basics first. So this object here, you see how like it's some parts of it are above the horizon line and then a lot of it are below it. That means it will kind of look like this. It's gonna look a lot like this. I'm basically eyeballing the perspective
Add
here.
shiny Pokemon's avatars.
I cannot do that. That's sort of thing. So you see, like, you can only see like the front plane and like the side plane, but you can't see the top plane because it's being blocked by the front plane basically. You can't see the bottom because like it's also being blocked by the front plane. But the shorter one.
After.
No, I'm doing perspective today. We're doing faces or like heads maybe next week. Alright, but the smaller one, the shorter one, it's below the horizon line. It's way below the horizon line.
Hey, Jojo
So
guy here. Have you made a JoJo drawing? If not,
No.
you should. I got to eat now. Bye.
see
Will
ya.
you ever face reveal?
No,
I'm lightheaded. Be well, Roni.
probably not. So they're below the horizon line. You can
Will you talk
see.
about every type of perspective? Roni, question.
That's
How I
reasonable.
draw in a straight line on my phone.
You can see
Roni, you
here.
should make the box green. It's a good idea.
You can see here that you can see the top plane here. So that's basically what you're looking at here. You're looking at the top plane. But you can also see the front plane still, even though it's like way smaller than. It's like not as big. Actually, no, just like very bad. So you can see how like you can see the top plate, the top part here. It's because you're taller than it.
Do you go live every day? I only caught 3 lives so far. Also, thank you again. I didn't know that about shorter things being below horizon line.
I go live 5 times a week. I
feel like
take a break
character
at Mondays
proportions
and
would also
Thursdays.
be a really helpful tutorial.
Yeah, we can do that eventually. I want to teach perspectives first, because perspectives are very important, at least to have like a cursory understanding. Now if you, this is like if you're looking head on, this becomes 3-point perspective if the guy tilts his head downwards. If instead of like looking head on straight, you try to look down on the thing. Now the horizon line kind of stays the same.
Roni, get the Rayquaza avatar back into normal size. Also, you do good drawings.
No, I'm not making the Rayquaza same size again. It's too big. It's either take it out or I make it smaller. I can make it the same size, but I'm gonna remove it. You're not gonna be able to use it.
Wailord Part 2.
Yeah. Alright, this becomes 3-point perspective if you start looking down. So let's actually move this. Alright, let's say this thing is let's say you're looking exactly down into this thing. The horizon line doesn't necessarily change that far. It does change, but how do I say this? It goes higher, but you also get like a different horizon line where the vertical lines converge into. So when you start looking down at the box, it distorts this way. So you need to imagine another vanishing point way below. Kind of like this.
Will you have lore about what the Rat King is?
Yes. Like it distorts in a way that it starts converging into one point below the ground. But you still apply like the 2-point perspective here, which is why it becomes 3-point perspective. It's like 2-point perspective but with like another one. You're just adding another one for the vertical lines.
I got addicted
Essentially.
to Cookie Run Kingdom. How long do I have to live? So
you preserve this. You have 3 vanishing points. Like I said, it really depends on how. It depends entirely on like the rotation of the object. It doesn't actually depend on like the viewer. That makes sense?
Roni, how is the woman holding the ghost if you can't touch ghosts? Does YouTube take a cut of the money of a donation?
Yes. They take 30%. was I again? Oh yeah, boxes. Alright, this is why you need to learn boxes. Because this is like the key to all perspectives, basically. Also, give me a sec. Alright, so let's say I want to draw like a person in perspective. Let's say I want to draw a person in... Oh no, I'm not. You usually don't use perspective that much on people. You do use it, but mostly for how do I say this? Like, you only really use it for like the planes though. Like, let's say you're looking at a person. So there's a person here. And they're at around your eye level. That means you're not gonna see the top of their head. You're not gonna see like the very top of their head. You're probably gonna see a little bit because it's like curving. So you're only gonna see their hairline here, and it kind of flattens out here. Let's say there's like a person here. Let's give them like hair.
Thanks Roni for teaching me about perspective. Now I just need to learn how to draw without my drawing looking like it was run over by a bus.
So generally it's gonna look like this with your face. But if you continue down the body, like you're gonna see like the top of those other body parts.
Where did you get the Rat King and Rat Coins idea from?
From chat.
Would you recommend drawing with you or remembering and trying your lessons on our own time?
I would say you need to study it. Like figuring things out on your own.
I am going to go now. Bye.
Alright, you should study, you should watch tutorials, you should look at like tutorials obviously. You should read books about art if you can. But the thing is, you won't really understand. Alright, the thing about tutorials is that they help you know what you don't know yet, basically. They help you know what you don't know yet. But if you already... like, it's basically just material. It helps you know what you don't know and that what you should know. But you don't really learn it by just watching it. You need to figure it out on your own. You need to internalize it, basically. Like, you can watch a million tutorials on anatomy, but if you don't try to do it yourself, if you don't try to learn like the placements yourself, you won't internalize it and you'll forget it in a bit. Does that make sense? Alright. Let's say this is the person you're looking at.
Milo here for my daily checkup of chill.
Alright. It's the person you're looking at. But they also have boobs. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you're looking at them here, you're seeing the front plane of their face, so it's not that distorted. But here you're looking at the top plane. You're looking at mostly top plane of their
Portuguese. Estou entendendo quase nada do que você está falando.
of their boobs, which is why you. So in perspective, it'll kind of look like this. There's more. You see more of the top plane, more of the bottom plane. Does that make sense? So like, imagine like the middle of it. The top plane gets more. The top plane is like bigger than the bottom plane. This is bigger than this. You barely see this. You still see it, but it's barely. If you project it from like the eye line, actually, you see that this is like way bigger. And then if you project it here, it's like way smaller. It's big. This is small. That's why I told you earlier why it's actually good. That's actually a good thing to learn.
Can you draw other shapes besides boxes? Hello everyone.
Yeah, obviously
I feel like
you can
I will enjoy myself with you all.
You can draw every shape other than boxes. The thing about boxes is that they're really good for perspective, because you imagine the perspective as a grid basically, and the boxes fit perfectly in that grid. So instead of like trying to like figure out how it would look like, how other shapes would look like in perspective, it's much easier to imagine them inside a box. So if you want to imagine a circle, if you want to draw a circle in perspective, it's easier to think of it inside of a box. And then let's say I have a circle here. I have a sphere and it's like a smiley face, kind of like Kirby. I think I already said this with Kirby. Yeah, that's basically what they did with Kirby here. The front plane here just represents the face.
In perspective because you got rated.
Yes. Like they basically just imagined Kirby's face as like the front plane of the box. See here. Front plane, front plane, front plane, front plane. They're all in the front plane. And the smaller, the more it turns away from you, the smaller it becomes. That's also how boxes work. So let's say the box is in 45 degrees, so it's not even. Let's say a box is like this. This is you. This is top view, by the way. Top view.
Hi.
If you project it to your eyeball, to your eyes, you'll see here. You'll see here that this is like smaller than this. This
Hi boys.
part is smaller than this part. Just small. this is big. So if you look at it in perspective, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna this part is smaller in proportion to this one, to this part. Actually, let me do it like this. This blue, this is red. The red part, smaller. Red part is smaller than the blue part. Now, obviously, you probably wouldn't want to draw grids whenever you start art, whenever you start a drawing. Like, that's very time consuming and very inefficient. So instead of drawing the grid, you just need to kind of imagine
I love watching
the
your
grid.
streams, whether for minutes or hours. I feel like a plane hit the second tower.
What the
Really,
fuck?
I still can't draw without the drawing looking like it was run over by a bus and a truck. Just kidding, don't take this seriously.
Okay.
Thanks Miloeth for checking in.
Let's see if I can find a good perspective, John. Like a reference.
Is using the perspective tool cheating?
No. But always think of it as a tool. No, it's like a crutch. I would say you should still study perspectives on your own. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before. What's that? Alright, so how do you study perspectives? Well, the best way to study it is look at real life photos. Or, well, look at real life and then look at like photos of real life. You start seeing it if you pay attention. So let's say here, look at this photo here. This is basically, what do you think is like the most applicable point perspective for this one? Like if you're applying a perspective in this image, what do you think is the most applicable? Is it 1 point perspective?
14Y redeem song request. Rat by Penelope
2 points,
Scott.
3 points. It's, what was that? Two. No, it's 1 point perspective.
One
You can see
point.
that most objects here,
Hourly
are
outbreak incoming.
like almost all objects here are parallel or perpendicular to the viewer. Like this is parallel to the viewer, so it kind of looks like a square, like it doesn't have that much distortion. This is perpendicular, so it vanishes into one vanishing point. The lines here also vanish into 1 point. They're all kind of applicable. Even like the cars here are in like 1 point perspective. They all vanish. Almost all of them vanish into this one spot. But obviously, not all of them do. This car here isn't in 1 point perspective, it's in 2 points.
So the car turning is in 2 point and the rest is in 1 point? Or all
Yes.
of it is in 1 point?
Yes, the car turning is in 2 points. But like I said, it doesn't, like, what grid you're using depends on the object you're drawing, not on like this entire scene. The reason why you should use 1 point perspective here is most of the objects are in 1 point. So let's say if you want to recreate this image, you would probably draw it in 1 point perspective first, and then the other objects in 2 points, you figure it out later. This about efficiency rather than like accuracy. It's much more efficient to draw it in 1 point first, because like I said, everything here, almost everything here is in parallel or perpendicular to the viewer. So these are in 1 point, one vanishing point.
Tomorrow can you make a writing down / studying on clipboard emote? I want to express my intake of knowledge via funny ghost emotes.
Maybe eventually. I'm gonna do Patreon drawings tomorrow.
I understand it now maybe. So basically if it's turning
So
then
this
two?
is one.
Or is it because it's not straight?
Yeah, it's if it's turning. If it's like not in the
In
same.
our classes at school they taught the whole picture in one perspective. They never taught about using multiple perspectives in the same art.
Yeah. That's because like it's for composition. Obviously, you want to use one. It's like to avoid confusing people, but technically, like I said, the perspective grid is imaginary. It doesn't actually exist in reality. It's just a way to simplify the world. So here
Thank you,
we're
Senshin
using
Dino, for the follow.
we're using 1 point here for the most part. If you want to draw a scene like this, exactly like this, you use 1 point for the most part. Like even here, it's like vanishing. They're all vanishing into 1 point.
Hello Roni, how are you doing?
But here, look at this car. You can imagine this car turning as like a box. If you imagine it as a box, it's gonna look like this. It's not gonna be perfect, by the way.
So what would you do for more cartoony and stylized stuff?
You still need perspective for the most part, but obviously it's gonna be more simplified. We can talk about stylization later. So you can imagine it as like a box here. So you can imagine this as a. You can imagine the first point, the 1 point perspective, as like a grid, all disappearing into 1 point. Something like this. What's this song? But like I said, this car doesn't apply to this grid. So you can either you have to imagine it on a different grid basically. And this grid is in 2 points. the vanishing point is like way outside of the image, by the way. It's like way outside. You can't even see it in frame. And that's gonna be common, by the way. That's gonna be common.
Ad break.
Okay, damn it, it's ad break. Alright, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And I'll continue this after.
What is everyone's favorite region in terms of food? Vampire Gamer Bet redeems song request. Otonoke, Creepy Nuts.
I'm back. Otonoke, Creepy Nuts. Sorry, give me a sec. Music. Alright.
Let's troll Roni by becoming Rayquazes.
I'm gonna ban Rayquaza again. You guys are...
Ads over.
Alright. So like I said here, you kind of have to imagine this on a different grid. Now for the most part, the vanishing point on like 2-point
Is the song
perspectives
request
usually
not
lie.
on YouTube?
Yeah, you can't request songs on YouTube. I'm gonna get copyright struck. Twitch has like a different sound, like audio track. You can... YouTube has like one song, basically. So, where was I again? Yeah, the vanishing point for 2-point perspectives usually lie outside of like point of view, depending on like the rotation of the object, obviously. Like this is like a different object, obviously, but look at this thing. Look at this one too. And also imagine it as like a different rotation. See? If you imagine this like a different rotation, the vanishing point is within the frame. See? One of the vanishing point is in the frame, but like the one here, it's like way outside. if you try to like,
Thank you, Davey Wu, for the follow.
obviously like how far like the vanishing point will be will depend entirely on like the
So if you made
field of
something
view.
super realistic, would you have more grids for more objects? And for more cartoony things, would you make less grids for more?
Not
Thanks,
necessarily.
Bob Cat A, for checking
Some
in.
you might need more grids on
Thanks
like
for the
other
load, Botcot 8.
less on like more cartoony stuff. Even like it's not, they don't really have any correlation with each other. It just depends on like how detailed you want to be. Obviously, like most people wouldn't think about like different. Like no one in their right mind will draw it like this. Will
To be
draw
honest,
like
I don't understand a single word that you are saying, but still understanding a bit of the tutorial. I don't speak English well.
oh.
So 2-point is basically 1 point at an angle? Cause the 2-point car looks like it only has one vanishing point.
Yeah, it's like here the thing is like the 1 point perspective, like one of the planes because it's perpendicular to your view, or it's like in parallel to your view, it doesn't really have a vanishing point. Just imagine like this. All right, imagine this. The more you turn it, if I turn it here, imagine this car here. That's like a box. Imagine this car has a box. If I want to turn it, it's gonna, let's say I turn it clockwise here, and it's gonna run over the people here. If I want to turn it a little bit, you can see like how this 1 point perspective, it's gonna look like this, right? If I turn it a bit, it's gonna look like this. You can see how like one of the vanishing points are still very close to the 1 point perspective vanishing point. See that? And this one, you get a vanishing point here. It basically spawns. But it's not that it actually spawns, it's just that the vanishing point of the things parallel to your view are the horizontal lines here. They just become horizontal lines. And when you do that, this one becomes diagonal and becomes like a vanishing point. It becomes like, it starts to go to the vanishing point. Like the things in parallel to your view, like this grid here, let's say this
Hi,
is the
Roni,
grid.
just wanted to say hi before I have to go to bed.
Alright, so yeah.
Thank you, Andy
I say this is the grid.
09 for the follow.
This is you, this is your viewpoint.
Ah, so the tilted horizontal makes the other vanishing point.
The what? Yeah, the tilted horizontal. Because it stops being horizontal line, it becomes diagonal. And then it starts to intersect with the horizon line. This doesn't intersect with the horizon line. This horizontal line does not intersect with the horizon line. This doesn't intersect with the horizon line. Anything in, I don't know if it's, let's say this is like your viewpoint. It's your plane of view. Right here. If it's parallel
What would
to
you
it.
do if two objects touch that are in different points amounts? Like a 1 point and 2 point thing touch, and how would they move each O?
What? Alright, give me a sec. I'm saying this one first. Like they're parallel to each other. They're that means this one isn't going to touch the horizon line. But if you have an object here, if we move the grid just a little bit, not too much. Actually, let me just do it like this. Remove the grid.
The Brainer Otter redeemed song request. Headlock by Imogen Heap.
Alright. If you do it like this, it's not parallel to your view anymore, and it will start to intersect with the horizon line way farther. So it's gonna look like this instead of it looking like this. It's gonna start to look like this.
Colon shelter in.
And then if you project these lines forever, it will start to intersect with the horizon line. That's basically what 2-point perspective is. It's just a tilted 1-point perspective. You just add another horizon line, another vanishing point, depending on like how far it's turned. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to people. It makes sense to me, but that might not make sense to you. Basically, the more turned it is, the farther it is from the 1-point perspective vanishing point. And the 1-point perspective vanishing point is head on, straight to, it's like straight. It's like in the middle of your face, mostly. There's like exceptions, but for the most part, it's like that's how it works. Like this. See?
It made more
Very
sense
close.
talking about it as tilted 1 point.
Yeah. It's very close to the vanishing point, but there's like a vanishing point way below. Way outside the screen. So the more turned the object is, the farther it is from the middle, from the very center. Like the vanishing point gets farther. If that makes sense. Like look at this billboard here. This one's like in an angle, so it's not horizontal here. So you can project a 2-point perspective here. And if you project it, it's gonna intersect with the horizon line at some point. Remember, every object should intersect with the horizon line at some point. No matter how far it is, no matter how tilted it is, it will always intersect with the horizon line unless it's 1-point perspective. Everything in like 2-point perspective. 3-point perspective, you basically get 2 horizon lines, but it's not even a horizon line, it's just one. You get another. How would I explain this actually? It's kind of hard to explain 3-point perspective, but just imagine everything here, they will always converge into the horizon line because everything disappears at the horizon line. You can imagine this entire thing here, this entire scene, but imagine it like 1,000,000 miles away. If it's like 1,000,000 miles away, it's just gonna be a dot here, but it's still gonna follow the same rules. Like just because it's far doesn't mean like it stops existing. Like the things here, like the objects here miles away, still follows the same rules, but they're just smaller. They're just way smaller, which is why they look like they're vanishing into one
Do you
one
have
line.
advice for my journey as a content creator?
I feel like that's a different tutorial altogether. I can give tips later. I kind of just wanna focus on this one though. I just kind of want to focus on perspective right now. So, if you want your drawing to look more three-dimensional,
So
obviously
what's
you
the
need.
next tutorial after this one?
It's gonna be heads. Obviously, you want to be more. You want to learn this, and like I said, the best way to learn this is by looking at real life, looking at photos of real life, and then like looking for the vanishing points whenever you see it. So buildings are the best thing to look at because they're basically just boxes.
Official lyric video.
They're basically just boxes. They don't really have a lot of
I think this is more helpful than art school, and I later am taking notes with a pencil in hand.
Yeah. I might re-record this later because I don't think it's that cohesive. Like that's a thing. So in 1-point and 2-point perspectives, you don't really account for there's no distortion.
So what's gonna be the next tutorial? Road illustrations? Oddly.
It's gonna be the head, planes of the head. It's all vertical. You see here? It doesn't really distort vertically. It only distorts only the vertical lines only distort in 3-point and 4-point perspective. And that's the only when you start looking down or looking up at the thing. So we're gonna do some 3-point perspective. So if you want to look at the building, it's gonna and you're looking at it from below, it's gonna look like this.
Diddly spamly doodly.
It's gonna start to look like this.
How much grits would you usually need?
If you're usually one, you would probably just want to have one grid, maybe two if you want it to be very detailed, but usually one's fine. And then you kind of just imagine like the smaller grids. Like no one in their right mind here, even if you use like grid lines for your
Thank you Levi_Len_ for the follow.
even if you're using grid lines, no one in their right mind will like make every single one here into like.
After you show 3 points,
No one's gonna make like a
draw some
million
1 and 2 point
grids here.
perspective examples with buildings/windows/doors. It's okay
No one's
if
gonna
not.
make.
Just wanted to ask.
Give me a sec. No one's gonna look here and be like, oh, I need to draw 500 grid lines here.
Add a
If I
shiny
want it to be-
Rayquaza avatar. Also, your videos are good.
I can't add shinies. It's not up to me. It's up to the guy who made the sprites, and they don't have shinies. I can't add shiny sprites. So no one in their right mind will like make a million grid lines here. That's just stupid. You usually would just want to do 1-point perspective here, and then you just kind of guess, or like you intuit the other grid lines. And the best way to be able to intuit is by practicing. You just practice. You practice boxes in perspective. And the more you practice, the more you internalize it, and the less you rely on grid lines. Obviously, you still want to use it, but
Hi Sega boy.
you kind of learn how it looks like, even without the grid lines. Does that make sense? So if you want to learn perspective better, you need to draw boxes in perspective. Boxes in perspective is the best way to learn perspective, because you kind of internalize.
Thank you Ollie_Falks for the follow.
It's simple, and then it makes it easier to internalize, like the shapes. And you can basically put almost everything inside a box and then assign like some places to that. Alright, I'll show you a thing. Let me see if I can find it. Alright, this is kind of like a preview for the next one.
I'm about to jark off Ghost Buddy. I'm Skibby D Riz Rag. It's white stuff training rag.
What the fuck? Alright, let's see this. Look at this head. You can imagine this head inside a box. And it's just touching like the inside of it. So if you look at this in like perspective, it kind of looks like this. That's not the most perfect box, but whatever. Like, you can kind of imagine it like this. And the more you know how a box turns in perspective, the better you get at like imagining how like the face turns in perspective. Obviously, it's not gonna be perfect. It's not perfect one-to-one, and it really shouldn't be. But if you know how to turn this like box in perspective, the better you are at like turning every other feature in perspective. Let's say either like this. If I want to turn it more, let's say clockwise, just a little bit more. So it's like kind of like a 45 degree here. You're gonna start seeing alright, I turned the box a bit more. It's not the most drastic turn, but there's a turn.
Your videos are good. Draw a war criminal robot witch.
You see how like this is like this doesn't have a lot of space. Like this isn't that big. This kind of distorted to be narrow. I made it larger here. That means the planes on this side, which is like the side of the head here, will be bigger here.
W streamer. On an unrelated note, Sunday, December 7th, 1941.
So
the Japanese Imperial Navy launched a surprise attack on the U.S. Pacific Fleet in Hawaii.
Alright. So you see how like it's like you kind of know that it's gonna show this is gonna be bigger. It's still gonna be similar shape, but it's gonna be bigger. And this plane here, the front of the face, because you know it gets smaller than this one. You know that it also gets distorted to be like narrower. So the features here will be closer here. Like the nose will be here like this. And like some parts kind of disappear
I like skibbity furry parn.
because like they get like blocked, or they just get too small. And the more you know about that, the more you can the more you know how boxes turn, the more it's easier to intuit like how a face turns as well, and how like other objects turn. Because like it distorts obviously, but like you kind of get, you have like a good handle on like how it distorts.
Thank you for having such a soothing and informative stream, Roni.
Thanks. My throat hurts. I'm really not used to talking this much. Where are we? So yeah, usually you wouldn't think about perspectives when you're drawing just characters, but you should still but it's still applicable. I've said this before. Like earlier this stream, where like if you're looking at the person's eyes, if you're just looking straight directly to the person, obviously it's not gonna look that distorted.
Thank you, Theodobotterigen, for the follow.
Alright. You know how like if you draw a character, you're looking at their eyes here. Alright, I'm actually gonna say something. For the most part, when you're like drawing characters, the vanishing point or like the horizon line isn't in their eyes. It's usually around like their crotch level. If you look at like other, it's like at crotch or like maybe belly button. If you look at character designs or the character sheets, the characters, they usually are around that level because it's the most middle part of it's the most middle part of the body. If you pay attention, you kind of see, you kind of notice this all the
Ron
time.
Strake my big hairy bells, and I am really hurt right now. Like, look at my deck, it's huge.
Right. So like the most center part of like the body is like at around crotch level, which is why like, so it's not awkward. Like you see the entire body without distorting all the perspectives too much. Because if you look at like the eye level for like your art, for like a character art, the feet will get distorted. You will need to see more of the feet, and it's kind of not like, it usually gets cut off by your field of view already. Right, let me give you an example. There should be character art I can show, right?
I am going to sleep. Everyone have a good night and remember to pay your taxes. Goodbye. Z.
Alright, see ya. Alright, give me a sec. I'm trying to find like good references for this.
Like how people look at one another at eye level, you're not seeing their feet?
Yeah, if you're looking at like a person on the eye level, you're not seeing their feet unless they're like far away, in which case it's kind of awkward. So character designers usually draw them at like either the belly button or like the crotch level, depending on like their preference. Alright, I found one from Marvel Rivals for Spider-Man. Like obviously you can't see like the horizon line. It's really hard to tell where they would put it, but I would guess they probably put it here. Like you don't consciously actually add. Most artists don't consciously add like horizon lines when they're drawing character art, but you kind of just do it subconsciously. I would guess it's like around here though. You see how like the feet isn't the most like you can see the top of the feet but not as much as I would expect if you're like looking at the eye level. If you're looking at eye level, you would be able to see more of the feet. You won't even be able to see like the side of it. Like you won't be able to see the side here. You're only gonna see like the top part. But here in like the character art, you're still able to see like the bottom part. I mean the side parts. Like it's just a way to not distort it so much. So most artists usually like start at like the horizon is usually around here. Maybe crotch if you want your characters to have like longer legs, I guess. That's also true to my drawing actually.
They usually put in horizon lines in character sheets. At least, from what I have seen.
And not all of them. It really depends on like the artist. Because like perspective, like horizon line isn't that important in
so
character sheets.
So perspective depends a lot on horizon line? Like a closer down horizon line would
Yeah.
force a lot of foreshortening.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also true. If you have like a worm's eye view, you need a lot of foreshortening. Because like your legs, your torso gets foreshortened. We can teach about foreshortening later. Like you would know this because like you know how like photographer, like you know how like when you're taking like a photo, a photographer usually goes down. They usually crouch down if they're taking like a full body photo of you. That's why they do that. So like it doesn't look so distorted. So you can see like the feet and like the head without distorting one or the other too much. Let's see. Like it's just a way to balance the body. Like you would often see photographers do this. You'd often see them doing like this. That's usually just to capture like the entire body without not just to distort it, but like just composition wise. It's like the center of the body. It makes sense to focus on that if you want to see the feet. I said that's also applicable to what I draw usually.
Sri, I mean, don't. My mistake. Also, don't some pictures have half the sunset on the horizon lines, depending on the art?
Yeah, it depends on the art. Like here. My horizon line is like around here. Like I said, most artists don't really think about like this consciously. That just happens. My horizon line is here because like it balances. It's like half of the image. So that way you can see the bottom of like the hat. You can still kind of see like the top of the feet. Like you can see the bottom of the hat because like the horizon line is here.
How much longer
you can see
will
the
you be
top of the
streaming
feet.
tutorial for? I have to leave and come back, but I don't want to miss much.
I don't know. Until
How soon are we doing cartoons and
Like
styles
12?
stuff?
I'm not sure. Really. I don't even think I'm gonna do tutorial Tuesday every Tuesday. I might do something else on Tuesday. On other Tuesdays, I mean. I can do... Alright, I can probably do like art critique thing. Maybe I can make it on Discord. And then we can do that on Tuesday. I feel like it might be better. Like I can teach you stuff if I like critique like individual art pieces. But I kind of want it to be more from the people on stream rather than just people on the server. I don't know. I might do that. No promises still. I'm gonna announce it if I do plan on doing it. So like this, I didn't consciously add the horizon line here. It's
Roni
just
wants
kind
to
of like a
insult
habit.
Other artists like a big bully.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Hi Roni,
That's what I'm
I'm
going to
looking
do.
for some advice on where to start an art. I want to eventually draw anime semi-realism, but I have no structure in my learning.
Maybe I can do like a thing for that. You don't have a structure for your learning. I always leave sketch practice up dejected. That's probably because like...
I
Alright,
would love art critiques.
I would say do start on the fundamentals. Everyone learns fundamentals like differently, or like some people get like other fundamentals differently faster than the others. I would say start there first. Perspective, like I said, perspective is a good place to start because like it like frames your mind so that you kind of see perspective everywhere. You see it. So if you do anatomy, you also think about perspective. You're also like when you're learning anatomy later on, you're also thinking about it of how it looks like in perspective. If that makes sense.
OBTW Roni Twitch passed 10k followers probs a bit ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's kind of slowed down, so it's been a while since I hit 10k. Like a month ago. Yeah, I think around a month ago.
What is your opinion on character poses as in L pose, Y pose, T pose, etc.?
What do you mean Alpo? What? What do you mean it's like a pose? Why should I have an opinion on like the pose of the characters? That's like the pose. Like I don't have an opinion. They're just poses. They're useful for like concept artists. Or like
I'm
it's
sorry,
just useful
but
for
how
artists
TF
to
do you do
use.
an L pose? W Ronellist moment.
Yeah, I don't even know what the L pose is. Yeah, I'm seeing like yoga. These are yoga poses. And L from Death Note. Is this what you mean? Do you mean L from Death Note? This your L pose? Let's see. My god, my mouth is so fucking dry. I can't talk this. I can't talk this much without like my mouth going dry. Alright, I'm gonna get more water. I need like a million liters of water if I want to do more tutorials. Alright, I'll be right back.
I have a book that has a segment about it but can't read Japanese. XD. Ron strike my big hairy bells and I am really hurt right now, like look at my deck, it's huge and it's gonna go down your throat now. Marn for Trudy also put. Elise Sakes redeemed song request. Ghost fight.
What was the song request? Ghost fight. I'm gonna take a break from like explaining stuff actually. Just for a bit. Ugh. Like I can't do this. Like, how do people do that? How do people just yap for like hours? Like my mouth is so fucking dry.
I have a book that has a segment about these specific poses, but I can't read Japanese. Lol.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, to be honest. Alright. I'm just gonna do some other art for a bit. Maybe I can do the study that I want you guys to do for perspective. So I said, like, if you want to learn perspectives better, you should draw boxes in 3 dimensions. But it should also define, like, the horizon line when you're doing that. I want you to define the horizon line, and then you try to draw boxes in space. So, like, this box is, like, at the center, and basically, like,
Emmy is
right
on a
up your
bonking spree.
face. Yeah. So obviously, like, the horizon line and, like, the vanishing point will be in the middle. That is very close to the middle. So it's gonna look like this. I'd say instead of, like, instead of thinking of them as, like, cardboard boxes, think of them as, like, glass boxes, so you can still see, like, the edges, even though
Ron
it shouldn't
straight
be
my
visible.
big hairy bells, and I am really hurt right now. Like, look at my deck, it's huge and it's gonna go down your THRT now. Man, for Trudy also put T.
What? What do you mean? What the fuck?
This is the 3rd time that's happened.
I'll think about it this way.
Great, you broke Roni. Can you draw me a birthday cake, please?
Here. Here you go. I'm just gonna do, like, boxes in perspective for a bit.
Rules are made to be broken.
Oh, the rules are there for civilized conversation. It's just there so that people don't do things they don't want others to be done. Well, don't want others to do to them. So lonely without the rest of the gang. They're probably in the horizontal one. Like you managed to divide YouTube chat. I don't know if I'm gonna do like 2 streams on YouTube again tomorrow. I might.
Thank you, Charles, for the follow. Sorry for saying that out of context, Roni. I have star rail brain rot.
Alright. Anyway. I should close some of these. Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna draw life poses. Oh, hi Charlos. I'm from Brazil. I don't speak English very well. If I make a mistake in something, forgive me, but I hope I fit into the community. Welcome, Charlos. Well, as long as you're respectful to people around you, it should be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna start drawing some poses for maybe shorts, I guess.
Hourly ad break incoming.
My god, like tutorials drain the fuck out of me. I am way too tired already. I am drained. Is there gonna be more sentient witch hat lore? Maybe. I'm kind of thinking about how I would introduce her in like a proper story. Oh, thanks for the 5 New Zealand dollars, I think. JVA. Was it New Zealand dollars? Why isn't she saying that?
I see line me like.
Anyway. I don't really know what this is. Just drawing a character.
How long do you spend on one gesture drawing?
It depends. Like usually you wouldn't want, if you're doing like gesture studies, you wouldn't want to spend more than maybe a few minutes at a time. In fact, I do studies where I draw a gesture in like a minute, maybe even shorter. Because the point of like gestures is to like figure out like the flow of the flow of the character. It's not really about accuracy. It's a good practice to like kind of loosen your art style. So you don't obsess over like structure or anatomy. Like as long as you get the proportions mostly right, it should be fine. Like this isn't like anatomically, this is not anatomically correct. But if I want to turn this into like to more anatomically correct drawing, I can do it fairly easily. Like doing gestures just makes you, this gives you like a looser feel to your drawings. Like if you just like there's like a thing in artists where they obsess over anatomy, so that's like the only thing they would study, and you can see that it kind of stiffens their artwork. Like they don't really draw it like it's stiff. It's sweet. It feels stiff. Like their poses are either too stiff or like too robotic. And like the muscles are too like they don't feel expressive at all. Oh. Yeah. I'll feel like it's doing this one. Maybe I should make like tutorial streams shorter. I don't think I can do it like for 4 hours. Like it's really draining. I didn't really expect it to be this draining. You know what?
JVA super chatted for $5 New Zealand. I've been watching and noted most of the important tips you've given out. It's helpful and I'm improving slowly.
Yeah, thanks JVA for the $5 New Zealand again. I've been watching and noted most of the important tips you've given out. It's helpful and improving slowly. That's nice. I feel like this stream wasn't like it could be more cohesive. I might re-record it and make it into
101 redeem 20 squats.
A video. Alright. Oh, thanks for the gifted membership, JVA.
I'm going to bust Ronilis 2024.
What the fuck? Why did she say this?
Ad break.
Give me a sec.
JVA gifted 1 Ronilist memberships. Thank you Crimson Fire for resubscribing to the Twitch channel tier 1. You are very cool.
Hi Crim.
Thank you Demi Anumeko for the follow.
Hi Crim. Thanks for the resub. Hey, when are you gonna be back again? It's been a minute, yeah.
I dare you to rate Morphonite 1 through 10.
Alright, I'm gonna do the squats that Nadia wanted me to do. Give me a sec. Alright, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right. I turn on roaming for 1 day, so I have internet midday. Ooh. What is he doing? I'm doing squats. I upped my dumbbell for squats. Because it's usually like 20 per dumbbell. So it's like 40 pounds each. It's kind of 30 each today, so it's like 30 something. Yeah, it's 30. Yes, I always carry 4 dumbbells. I actually have 4 dumbbells.
Ads over.
But like one of them, like the 2 are like kind of shitty, so I don't like using them. Or they have 4. One's like adjustable. I mean, they're both adjustable, but like the other one like caps out at like 25. The other one caps out at like 50. 52.5. Anyway, do I keep going with the tutorial? I feel like I've explained most of the things I want to explain.
Hi Pepperoni
Already.
Pizza, sending virtual hugs to you and scary spooky ghost woman. Thank you Sage Take 600671 for the follow.
I feel like I've already
Did you
explained
make
most of the things I
tuber
wanted to
model, or
do.
did someone else
Let's
do?
go gambling!
I did. I made the VTuber model. I feel like I've already said all the things I wanted to say. I'm getting my hair burned off right now. Wait, you have hair to burn off? Ron, can you explain to draw a foot with toe spread? Bruh.
Ditherinus redeems song request. Bad lip reading seagulls, stop it now. Also turn volume off. If I become ruler of the world, I'm renaming the days of the week to my own gay. Choose gay, Ben's gay, trans gay, F's gay, sit on my face gay, and sun gone.
Was it turn the volume off? You want me to turn it off?
Not off, I meant up.
Oh. Alright. Alright, if you want to draw... Krim wanted to draw toes. So... Let's draw toes actually.
Thanks for the lurk, Danny Donkey.
So the way you draw toes is they are the fingers of the feet. That's so stupid. So if you're drawing toes, you want to draw like a small fat finger.
What are those goofy little Pokemon looking things down there, and can I steal them all for my collection of goopers? Is it okay
that's
if
you.
I take screenshots?
Yes. So the most important part in drawing toes is that you need to make a shape that's really that you can imagine Krim sucking on.
To draw toast, you first draw a rectangle, then put it in the toaster. Strange horizon. Ready to go. Feast your eyes on a new world. A new dreamland. A place where
What?
you'll laugh and smile. Along the way. Stuff your belly and...
I didn't say anything. Alright, big fat fingers. Big fat short
I'm ready to
fingers.
stop this madness. After the toe tutorial, do an armpit tutorial. With love, from Manny. I mean, you're not wrong, Ronnie. Toes are fingers of the feet. Just ask some primates.
Yeah, they are.
I'm going to bust Emmy after seeing this.
What the fuck? I came in peace. Ron clearly wants war. Well, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything wrong. I said nothing wrong. And you need to make sure the toes are...
Someone out there just recognizes those toes.
like the toes are
Krim versus
succulent
Ron,
and
round one.
suckable. That's the most important thing. If the toes aren't what the fuck am I saying?
I'm back.
I looked up toes on Google. There's like... Why did Google choose like the worst toes to be on like the front page? These are like disfigured. These toes are like worse than mine.
Ron, I'm going to clip that. Also give a tutorial of me getting my head crushed by some nice thick thighs, Roni, from Manny Lowell.
I'm gonna deny. If you clip that, I'm gonna deny it. I'm gonna say it's deep fake.
Broken. Cast aside. Thought he loved us, well he lied. We were just his little game. We are broken. Who's to blah our bodies, they forgot. The
Wait, I
big
also asked
stream,
for a
toes
spread
live.
toe. Oh, they even spread toes.
Why did I come back to toes?
Krim. It's Krim. Krim asked for toes.
What did Ronillis say? Was it freaky, was it down bad, or was it out of context?
I said nothing. Those are lies. What the fuck am I looking at? Why the feet here look fucking weird, dude? Holy shit. Alright, if you're gonna draw like a spread, like a toe spread, make sure they have like, it's like weird, like disgusting gaps in between.
I dare you to rate Godseeker from Hollow Knight.
Godseeker. Depends.
Turn the music
Depends on
up.
which form.
I swear
already
I've
turned
been
it up.
thinking we're saying toast and got confused.
Which form do you want me to rate? Is it this one? Is it this one or this one? Which one's better?
Roni, you're truly an artist when it comes to drawing feet.
Which one do you want? One or two? Do you want the thin one or the thick one? Why is one of the versions thick, by the way?
Thick, 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 thick. Thick, I want thick. Is that even a question? 1.
This is because she has like her entire race inside of her. It's like all the God Seekers are like inside her dream, right? Maybe that's why. Maybe it's like a Sandy Cheek situation. I feel like the one looks more like a mummy though. It's more like a sarcophagus for a mummy.
We want the thick one. Smash next question.
Alright. Once you draw all the toesy woesies.
I
What
got
if I
the
make like
clip,
a...
and I will post it someday. Hee hee.
I need to make
Red
like a
coins
curse
equals
tutorial.
currency. Thank you, Nader Sketches, for the follow.
Gonna need to make like a curse tutorial. At some point.
I wake from a nap to immediately see toes.
What the hell am I doing here?
Have you listened to Two Planets Approach the Roche Limit yet? Have you?
No. I'm just gonna draw some feet actually. Kinda wanna draw. If you actually wanna
Ron
draw
is
feet.
a little bit too good at this. Guess we know what Roni lists to.
Nah. Like feet are actually like hands, except they look nothing like hands and they're weirder. And They're both simultaneously harder and easier to draw than hands. Like, it's harder if you want to draw like the toes, but like the general shape of the feet is like way easier to draw than the general shape of the hands, by the way. So as long as you don't commit to like drawing the toes, it should be easier than hands.
Slowly turning into a VTuber.
I might actually make like a tutorial for that, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know the anatomy of feet that much compared to like the hands. Like, I know some of it, but like not enough to teach it, if that makes sense.
Feet are hands, but they are feet and are easier, and not hands. I hate hands.
Yeah. Fucking special. I wish I was special. Hands are actually like...
Goon. Do it now.
The thing about hands is like it's better to learn like poses rather than like try to learn everything, like all the minute details. Like learning the minute like details should be fine, but or like all like the anatomy should be fine, but I think poses would be better. Like learning the poses of the hands instead of like trying to study all the minute anatomy things.
Thank you, Binny Bin Bin, for the follow.
I think a good way to like remember like how hands actually look like would be, you can actually it kind of like bulbs at the end. Obviously, like also depends on like your art style, but like how I do it is like they're like a bit bigger.
How do you deal with a nightmare known
Like
as
the ends
chat
are a bit bigger.
of both YouTube and Twitch? By the way, I dare you to read
you get
Broken
used to
Spawn
it.
from Let Him Go.
You get used to it, to be honest. Like they're kind of bulbous at the end, kind of like frog feet, but
Thank
like
you, Rage,
more
for the
subtle.
follow.
You know how like frog feet have like...
Thank you, Celeste, for the follow.
How like frog feet like have like this. It's kind of there, but like subtle.
I don't care
Like
what
it's a
gender
bit
you are.
thicker.
You are going to put on the bunny ears.
No. Oh. Oh, I like frog feet? No, not particularly. I've eaten frog feet before though.
Baruji Basluji.
Actually, I'm way too tired to explain anything anymore. I don't think my brain can handle it. I've been doing the tutorial for like almost 3 hours now. They're like ghost type Pokemon? Yep.
Rate hatred from Blocktails 1 through 10 please.
I don't know what that is. Hatred from Blocktails? I have no idea what that is. I don't know. It's like a red thing. 6? I think it looks cool for the art style, but not really sure. Have to look at it.
Have you seen Marshadow Roni?
No, I don't think so.
Roni, how many bones does an adult male human has, and name each one of them?
Bro, I have no idea. Actually, let me...
Have you heard of Roblox? Also thank you for the
yes.
tutorial, BK Jakaro. Ron, admit it, you love how
Thanks.
freaky chat is.
No. I might re-record like a tutorial later. You know what, I might re-record it today. Because I feel like some of it, like, I got a bit too distracted on some areas. I didn't explain it as well as I wanted to. So I might re-record parts of like the tutorial, make it into like a longer video. I don't know. Also, as long as I don't do like fancy editing, it should be fairly easy to make.
Roni, how many hours do you have on Mommy ASMR Simulator?
I have exactly 0. Just don't look at my Steam page. Actually, none of you know my Steam page, so that's fine. Is it running last? Nope.
I like how you gave wheezing a pipe.
Yeah, she's wheezing. I feel like that's an obvious design choice, to be honest. Although I don't know. I want to make more Pokemon. I'm not sure which one to do first, though.
I dare you to rate Gryper from Blocktails.
I have no idea what that is. Titanda. Gryper from Blocktails? I demand gamble. Well, this is
Do
like
you think
Roblox.
you will do any content creator / YouTube type tutorials or tip videos? Since they weren't on topic for today, and next tutorial is on face.
I don't know. it's kind of hard to like give advice on art, on making content on art. 'Cause, like, I would say art is like the most volatile. It's like the most unpredictable. Like types of videos. Like it's kind like the amounts of views you will get will really depend on.
Thank you Darth Hunter 799 for the follow.
Like I feel like it's like the type of video where like channels can get either like millions of views or like just a few thousand, if like no matter how many subscribers you get. Like it's hard to make like a consistent viewership, I guess. So like let's say if you want to be like an art YouTuber, usually like tutorials make a lot of views. If you make like a tutorial and like it's well made or like it's at least decently made, it should get some views.
I accidentally swallowed
maybe it could get like
watermelons whole. What do I
maybe
do?
you can get like a lot of views. But the problem with that is like if you build like your audience base as like people who just watch tutorials, they probably won't watch your other stuff. Which is why I kind of avoided doing tutorials for a while. I just don't want my channel to be like a tutorial channel. Because they like people won't watch my other stuff. Like I'll get like an audience of people who don't really care for like the other things I wanted to do. And that gets very discouraging. That's why I avoided it. But I do want to get back to it. Like at least like dabble in it every now and again. Ow. And like I feel like other, how would I say this? Like especially like short form artists, like artists who do short form videos tend to get a bit too.
How is it Tutorial Tuesday when it's Monday at 23:40? Explain this, Roni.
All right. Let's see how many people. For how many people? Let's say. Let's see how many people it's Tuesday for. It's Tuesday in China. It's Tuesday in India. So that's like at least 3 billion people. It's Tuesday, and it's Tuesday. When I started, it's Tuesday in
Time zones.
the UK. So there's like 3 countries. There's like, actually, there's like an entire continent. It's like 3 countries in North America and then like a few dozen countries in South America. Alright.
It's only Tuesday when you go to sleep.
So
Thank you.
there's like a
Ironically,
billion
for the
people.
follow.
It's like a billion people.
You said
Like a bit more than a
short-form
billion
content
people.
is easier or harder to build an audience?
No, I'm saying like the thing about short form, like a lot of artists in short form, they kind of, some of them get
a bit too trendy.
Like I've always like tried to resist like trends on like short form.
For me, it's Monday.
My short form
Because
content.
I'm in the USA. 3.
It's like people will watch it for the trend, not really for your like art.
But those billion people don't love in the US, so they don't count.
No, those 6 billion people don't live in the US, so they don't count. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like that's just I don't know why. That I feel like that's just Americans though. Like, oh, it's like I feel like if you ask someone from like another country, if you say it's like Tuesday for like another country, it's like Monday for them, they're gonna automatically think, oh, it's a time zone thing. We generally deal with ourselves more than foreign countries, which could be the reason. Yeah, that's probably it.
I mean, yeah, like even before, like I used to work in like a place where you have to go in at night because you have to like your client, like our clients will be from like the US. Like we used to work with like this other company in the US, and that's like their office hours. So I had to adjust to that. Also, I also work with friends.
By the way, I would love if you at some point drew the essence of nothing as a witch, just throwing ideas out. Yeah, I don't need to do it.
Nah, that's like you're. How would I do that? How would I draw nothingness? I feel like that's.
Roni, never draw a female on Tutorial Tuesday. Trust me, Roni. When it's noon in the US, Roni is sleeping.
Yeah.
TTSTSSSSTTTSST.
Well, I'm about to go to sleep when it's in the US. Maybe an hour or two off. I don't know. I'm definitely asleep in the afternoon though.
I think it's partially an Americans forgetting other countries thing, and partially that despite being the size of multiple European couldn't raise somebody.
It's usually the same day. Yeah, I guess so. Well, I guess it's because like also like they're Americans have like no like the day changes last for Americans. So usually if you're Asian, you're thinking, all right, like it might not be like the same day for other countries yet. But if like if you're like the last country to have for like the dates to change, I feel like
It's much easier to think that everyone's day have already changed. Like when midnight strikes at like LA, everyone knows like it's already been. Like you don't need to think what day it is for the other countries, I guess.
I think it's very easy to draw a nothing which just show a blank canvas and talk about how different it was to design.
I mean, yeah, I can do that. I feel like that's so trolly. Why am I drawing her too cute? She's not supposed to be that cute. I want her to actually look creepy. How did I draw Sentient Witch Head again?
So you're saying
girl's
we as
design
humans
should
can
be
travel
creepy.
back in time for one day and go forward in time one day?
Yeah, sure. I can't catch like I can't capture like how creepy I want her to be.
You could do the essence of nothing by like drawing an environment and making the nothing which is a void/blankness in the environment. Like there's a. The nothing which would make a good April Fool's joke.
It could be. What if instead of it being black or white, it's this? It's this pattern. Like the gray and like white like pattern. Like checkered pattern. That you get from like your drawing program. Alright, I'm
You just draw
actually
a regular girl as the
very
nothing witch.
actually very tired now. Like oh my god, like tutorials are like yapping for like hours straight is very tiring. I'm gonna end a bit early today. I'm actually gonna end now. Right, I'm gonna end stream.
Alright, guys, I'm going to draw a terrifying witch. Roni 3 hours later. Oh no. She's cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like,
no,
what if you
'cause, like,
draw her
the
like how
essence of-
distortion looks?
The essence of like the sentient witch hat, like the girl she's controlling, said she kinda looks creepy. That's like the idea that I want. Like I want her to look off, but also like I want her to look off and like creepy, but also cute. Does that make sense? Like it's like a balance of like those two ideas. Like it's a cute girl, but like she's like weird or some shit. Like that's the basic idea of her. Cause she should be creepy. She's like dead. It's a dead fucking corpse being piloted by a hat. She should be creepy. But like this kid's just like
The
too
artwork
cute.
looks good.
It's too cute.
I wonder
like
what
a
happened to
balancing act.
Parasited Witch.
Oh yeah, I forgot to
Or if the nothing
actually
witch had
finish
no
it.
face.
I've been working on the fusion stream video, so I haven't really finished like some of the marbles. Honestly, I kind of want to redo some of like the marbles. Oh, I think it's the mouth actually. It should be like way smaller. Yeah, this actually fits more. Like giving her like a smaller mouth makes it look more emotionless. I guess.
So like a Dandara or Yandere type character. So like a Dandara or Yandere type character.
No, not quite. Maybe Kudere, but like again, like she's dead. She doesn't have emotions. That's the thing. It's not even like a Kudere. Kudere is like kind of emotionless, but still has some emotions. She is emotionless. The hat has emotions, but the body doesn't. And like the only difference from like other corpses is that she doesn't rot. Because there's like a thing in the plot. That
How you
prevents her
doing?
from rotting. Hi, Krim. I'm doing fine. Kinda tired. I yapped for like 3 hours. Now I'm tired. I
Smash.
should probably end
And I'm
stream
talking
soon.
about the hat. Think Komi-san without her expressive moments.
Yeah. Oh. It's great. It's 1 p.m. in Japan. Oh yeah, it's like 1 hour.
What time is it for
Ahead
you
of
to be
us.
back tired?
It's 11:54 in the morning. It's like an hour. I am. I also want to go to Japan, but like, alright, I'm planning to go to Japan this April, hopefully. But there's like a thing with visa here. It's like a lot of people applying for visitors visa. So like the processing is like so long. It takes so long. So I'm not really sure if we're gonna make it this April.
Also that long sleeve girl in the
Oh yeah,
Monogatari
you
series.
gotta process early. Yeah, we already have it. Like we already submitted like the requirements. But there's so many people like who wanted to go like on March and April. So yeah. Also, it's kind of hard to like apply for like here, like for me, because they're like asking for your employment, and I'm like self-employed. All of my income comes
We
from
could do the
YouTube.
nothing which like how heat distortion looks, like the air just bends around her as if she isn't there and she's invisible but still.
And that's still like a something. That's the thing. It's if you can see it, it's not nothing. It's something. And I'm just gonna sketch this for a bit. Then I'm gonna probably gonna end stream in a bit. Oh Oh, did we do the Gamba already? We did. Actually, I'm gonna end stream now. Like it's almost 12 anyway. I'm gonna work on something else. I've been working on like a video, and I really want to work on that right now. So I'm gonna end stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna do Patreon drawings tomorrow. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Krim. Well, we're rating someone on Twitch, so stick around.
You ever thought about making a graphic novel